This customer ordered a 2-tier Minnie Mouse cake for her daughter's first birthday. It was a pretty large cake order. The serving size was 70, so I used 3 layers of 10-inch cake for the bottom tier and 3 layers of 8-inch cake for the top tier. I always forget to mention the cake flavor on my videos, but this one was vanilla cake with strawberry filling. I started out with a light pink buttercream base for the bottom tier and a white buttercream base for the top tier. Once I placed my dowels for support and stacked the cake, I made a large batch of fondant so that I can begin decorating. She wanted me to use the colors light pink, white, and gold, and she did send me a couple of inspiration pictures. They were a little bit simple but very beautiful. I cut out a couple of long strips of white and light pink fondant and placed them along the bottom as a border for each tier. Next, I grabbed these Mickey or Minnie cutters that I purchased on Amazon. I'll go ahead and link them in my bio. They've come in handy so many times. The set comes with 4 different size cutters, and I believe I used the second to largest one that comes in the set. Once I cut a few of them out, I painted them in edible gold luster dust. Then I just lined them up side by side along the center of the bottom tier. Once I liked the placing, I grabbed some pink fondant and I hand sculpted all of these little bows to place in between the ears. I do have a bow silicone mold for fondant, but they were just a little bit too tiny for these large Mickey cutters. Here's what it looks like once they're all placed. Next, I cut out this fondant piece with one of my round cutters that has this scalloped edge, and I also painted this in gold luster dust. I placed it in front of the top tier, and then I add a white fondant circle right in the middle. I then used my X-Acto knife to cut out this number 1 in pink fondant. I add it to the center of that white fondant, and then I rolled out some more pink fondant. I used a larger round piping tip to cut out all of these circles. Then I placed them all around the top tier to create these polka dots. Once I add those all around, I begin working on the topper, which is this huge pink fondant bow that I made. I did let it harden a bit before adding it to the cake. I cut out a couple more fondant circles. These were a bit larger and I painted them in that same gold luster dust. I used some chocolate melts and some cake pop sticks to turn them into toppers, and I placed them behind the bow. And last, I rolled out my leftover white fondant and cut out these smaller circles to place onto the bow. And now this one is all done, but she also requested a matching smash cake for the birthday girl. So I frosted this 5-inch cake in that same light pink buttercream. I used the smallest cutter that came in that Mickey set, and I painted those gold as well so it could match the bottom tier. Then I made these smaller pink bows using that silicone mold that I was talking about. These were the perfect size for this cutter, and once those were all placed, I backed up some of that leftover pink buttercream, and using a 1M piping tip, I added this swirled border on top. And last, I just added some white pearl sprinkles onto that border because it was giving polka dots and Minnie Mouse. And now both the smash cake and the 2-tier birthday cake are all finished. Here's what they look like in my light box. I hope you guys like this one.